It is... It's not even 12 hours. It's been like 8. Yes, I know. Very, very shocking that... Well, yes. No, not really. No. Very shocking. No, I was so... I was so excited when I heard that Risa was going to be a playable character in Ultimax. Like, it really... It helped. It helped me be more excited for a game that I was already excited about. And then I even liked it. I liked it just a lot more. Learning character outside of your house because you love the character? Nope. Very funnily, Risa is actually a really good mix for my playstyle. And that just made me enjoy playing her even more. Naoto and Yukari, interesting. But before I get into the game, because my mic had messed up. Last night. My mic had messed up last night, like 10 minutes right before the finale. Huge thanks to Alina. Huge thanks to Alina for that. Let me... But I wanted to give like an actual proper kind of sign off, since I didn't get the chance to last night. Last night I did it mostly through text. But yeah, that stream was super fun. I didn't expect to go for 12 hours. I did not expect it to go for 12 hours. I thought it would have been slightly faster. I don't know why I thought it would have been, because I still wanted to do the DLC, but being able to have gone through Leon A, Claire B, both on hardcore through crowd control and still got pretty decent times. No, that was really fun. And also, because I got rated a lot last night. That's when I realized how long I was really going. I'm waking up. I only properly woke up about two or so hours ago, I think. But I made sure to get something to eat. I got something to eat, I got something to drink. The next time I do yeah, that is also something that I kind of wanted or should have noted, because turns out when I don't have those ad breaks, I lose track of time very easily. I think especially with a game like Resident Evil, I get so into why is my face like that? I get so into routing and planning and knowing what I need to do that I didn't take the break. Naoto is not the P4 pro tag. Oh, Effie, I get to have a very fun time explaining a lot to you. But turns out I was very bad at like actually keeping track of those breaks. I did not realize how long I was going until Chaos Akuma raided me. That really that really threw me off. Yes, that's Yu Narukami. Huge shout out to Chaos Akuma too. Big thanks to Chaos Akuma and I think it's Atch. or Ak Vino. And then also to Gen Chaos. You have plenty of time, don't worry. Thank you to those 3 people. Thank you, yeah, to all 3 of those people. For the raid. And then I raided into Tiage at the end. No, that was incredibly fun. That was an incredibly fun stream. I, one, realized how useful the ad breaks are for me to keep track of time. And I also realized, no, that I really like Resident Evil. I really like Resident Evil. Shocker. I couldn't keep track of the bits specifically. I'll worry about that later. No, that was an incredibly fun stream. I'm very thankful for everybody who wanted to spend their Halloween with me. Like, it was a fun time, and I hope that everybody who followed during the raids, like, no, I hope they enjoyed themselves too. That was a really fun experience. That did completely throw off my time though. Because I think I said it. Nice Halloween. You're welcome. That did completely throw off my time, because I think I brought it up once before that the only time that I have kind of like an upper limit of like how long to stream is when I start seeing daylight, and I could see it barely creeping in through my window when stream was ending. Like completely just I could see it coming. But no, that was a fun time. Probably shouldn't have done a 12-hour stream in the middle of a huge streamathon, considering that I knew that I had to wake up in a couple of hours and then get back onto stream. So that's why this stream is going to be a little bit more kind of low-key. Which, yes, the irony in saying that, I'm playing a fighting game, but I don't have P4 on Steam, so this gives me an excuse to interact with characters that I love. I saw the sun, I knew, like, I was looking, I think it was when, I think I really did become aware of the time when Chaos Akuma, like, when Chaos Akuma raided, because I saw and I'm like, oh, this is going way longer than I thought it would. Granted, I changed plans because I did everything on hardcore, which I didn't plan to do. I had initially planned to do it on standard, but that did not pan out. So whatever. But what will pan out? Oh no. I also can't not let the intro go, because this is one of my favorite intros in literally anything. This intro is also funny because the text is in English, but it is clearly based off of the Japanese names, and you can only tell that because of Teddy. Plus, considering that I'm getting close to the finale of the streamathon, which will be day 31, Kuma, that's why I wanted to kind of do this. Better than Shadow World? Yes. I like the original. Oh, you're gonna hear a lot of Persona opinions. Labby. You're going to hear a lot of Persona opinions. Especially for 4. I'll start with the heavy one. I like original Persona 4 more than Golden. unfortunately, it's Yosuke. Whatever. That's why I said I started with the heavy one. I like original more than golden. For various reasons. I still think golden's a good game, and especially for it being on Vita. Like, no, I still play golden. I still have my Vita, largely to play it. But I like the original more. I like the original more. Because I also feel like one of the S-Links, because you're gonna see it regardless. I feel like having Adachi as a social link really ruined a lot of it. I'm gonna have to play Golden anyway when I have it on Steam. Yeah. It's not that Golden's bad. I don't think it's bad. But there's a lot of smaller things that I like more from the original. And I think also part of that plays into like how moody it was. I feel like the original 4 is a little bit more moody because of various aspects. I also hate Marie. I've lightened up on her, but I still hate her. But let me go through like the characters that I actually know. I can roughly play almost everyone here, but in terms of like preferences, Rise is my number 1. Rise is hands down my best character, also the character that I just enjoy playing the most. No, she has a playstyle that I really like. She's the emo girl. She's a... her character profile's actually pretty good. A mysterious girl who was saved by the investigation team and became a central part of the disaster that nearly befell Inaba. She is blunt and abrasive, but also has a gentler side, though her creative poetry makes every listener cringe. I have very choice opinions about her. She's fine, and she also has a good persona. I actually really like Kaguya. Rise is easily my best character. The second best is Kanji. That's more so because I had to learn him in the original. He was the only character in the original that I really liked. Third best is probably you, and that's shocking. No pun intended. Because I didn't really intend to, like, kind of learn him. Naoto, I only really know the shadow trick with her. I like Minazuki. I think Sho is interesting. I can probably play him a lot more effectively now. Shadow Labrys is the only puppet character that I want to, like, actually get good at. I like her. I like her a lot. I like Shadow Labrys a lot. I like Labrys as a concept. I do not like the rev-up mechanic. I think the only other character that I can say that I like and can play semi-well is probably Akihiko. Like, of characters that I feel like I understand to a point, Akihiko is definitely at the lowest end of that. And then above that is Yukiko, and then everybody else is below. The only one who I would say is comparable, a little bit higher than Akihiko, would actually be Adachi. But yeah, I want to do like at least like an arcade run with. I want to do an arcade run with a couple characters. Mostly just because I want to relax, and this gives me a chance to listen to Persona music and play a game that I like, and run into characters that I like. I've been using these colors for over 10 years. I need to remember how to play though. Why would you burst on that? Oh, that actually... I messed up. Right, he doesn't have... Ooh, okay. I used to really remember, like, more corner combos with her, but that kind of fell off a little bit. I really wonder how much of my playstyle would change now that I'm actually a lot better. But the reason... There we go. Why? That's dangerous, but not too bad. Right. Shadow, so... That's bad. But Shadows to still reduce damage. That got way closer than I thought it would be. But yeah, Rise has a lot of stuff that is both really good for, like, close range stuff, but then she also has enough range options that I really like using her for a mix of both. I do need to remember a lot of my inputs, though. Shadow Aki. As long as the characters are shadows, then I don't need to worry about damage, at least as much. I also do like that they have the characters' ages.
Let's move on. Match number 2.
It's... So, the... So, you have no experience with 4. So... Because this is a very common misconception that a lot of people get when it comes to, ow. A very common misconception that a lot of people get when it comes to the shadows. Especially the ones in 4, because technically they showed up in 2 first. Is that they're not the true self. They are a version or a part of the person, but like turned up essentially to 11. And what makes P4AU especially very interesting is because it brings back a lot of the P3 cast. And every character, almost every character, has a shadow variant as a way of also retaining some of their playstyles from P4A. It is choosing one element of them and raising it to an 11. Usually a part of themselves that they either don't want to admit to or recognize. Because that ties into Jungian psychology. I used to be so much better about that. Oh, I can get a lot more tricky with the set play now that I know how to use the... Now that I'm used to playing characters with that. So, for Kanji, because also another part of it is that the shadows were slightly morphed. The shadows were slightly morphed, especially the ones in the TV, were morphed by outside expectations and... And the interpretation from whenever they were on television. That's why Riseis is a very scandalous idol. Not because she actually is, but because that is part of what people expect from her. Part of it is what people expect from her. Armor. You actually, yeah, you know, you have the... As long as I don't have to deal with an actual person who knows how to use Ordeal mode, I'm fine. Oh my god. Bad. That's why Riseis is like a very scandalous idol. Not because that's how she actually feels. Part of it is just what people expect of her and like think that she really is under all of her presentations. Whereas like actually a piece within her damn, I used to be really good at doing that. Whereas actually like a lot of her internal issues is focused around her like not knowing what her real self is. Constantly torn between, oh my god, constantly torn between either the expectations placed upon her by like various, oh my god, but like by various people in the entertainment industry and even herself. And like, ooh, oh my god. She's in the air after that. That, whatever. I hate this. I understand protagonist privilege, but why does she get Megiddo? That's why a lot of Riseis S-Link is about, like, her figuring out essentially who she kind of is.
Were you watching that, Senpai? I did my best.
That balance between being an idol and then being an actual person. And her resolution being that there is no real me. There... Sis-Con Kingpin... Sis-Con Complex Kingpin of Steel is still one of the worst.
Here we are, game number 4.
Is still one of the worst ones. Okay, it's really funny. It's really funny because it's... Also, reach out to the truth. Reach out to the truth is a better battle theme. I don't care what anybody says. But I wanted to note that specifically because that shadow intro is a reference to the Persona 4 anime, which is the only time that there was an actual... I hold out, I reach out to the truth of my life. To now break away. Oh God, let me out. Can you let me out? Can you set me free from this dark inner world? Say, with a high-speed inner song. I will never, never get tired of that. Because it's really funny, because I think the anime came out alongside... It came out, like, after... It came out after the game came out. And it also came out before... It is not in the game. That TV part, because Yu doesn't get a shadow. So there's... Because he's the protagonist, so you start with your persona, which means that you, quote-unquote, conquered your shadow self. That's one thing I really liked about the anime. No, again, this is There is, okay, I have to apply like huge context. So, the P4 Arena is a broadcast. It is a broadcast of the Midnight Channel that is ran by mysterious figures. In it, they give everybody these horrible titles, which all like really stab into, again, like those shadow parts of themselves. That's why Rise's is the scandalous superstar idol. Yu is the sister complex kingpin of steel. Naoto is the 1000 IQ killjoy detective. Chie is the carnivore who has discarded womanhood. Yosuke is Captain Resentment. I keep forgetting specifically what kanji's was. It was like Beefcake Emperor. Yukiko is the incomparable Snow Black. All of them are like very specific references. But because you didn't have really a shadow to go off of for the start, that's where they got very liberal. So, hey, a lot of people really like Nanako, because Nanako is a very core aspect of the game. That relationship is very foundational to like a lot of the players' connection with the P4 cast. So how do we twist that into a shadow thing? And the answer is you turn him into the Syscon complex Kingpin of Steel. But the original Shadow Yu was only from an anime, and even then, that's where like the imagery of the TVs come from for that one specifically. Because that was the part in the show. And very specifically, it came at the... It came near the end. It came... Oh my god. It came near the end where he didn't want... He didn't want his trip to Inaba to end. He didn't want his trip to Inaba to end, so he just kind of... No, it, Oh no. Oh my god. So essentially, he was put, not really, but like mentally into a time loop where he was able to constantly go through everything like the past year with everybody again and again and again and again. Like it was what he wanted. He wanted to keep experiencing the year with Inaba again and again because he was only supposed to be there for that year. However, that was an anime-only thing, so that was never in the game. And he didn't get a Shadow variant officially until this, because of the necessity that every character, or at least everybody of the investigation team, and everybody of C has got a Shadow. Because that was their way of retaining the... That was their way of not only retaining the movesets from... Retaining the movesets from Arena. Because the Shadows will use the... If the character was in Persona 4 Arena, the Shadow will use their original auto-attack string instead of the new one. But then they also get access to Shadow Burst and Shadow Frenzy. However, also because of all of this being for Arena specifically, it means that a bunch of the P3 characters get stuff for the first time. The body of the child, the brain of a genius. Like, this is Secret Lab. As much as I love Persona 4, I think a lot of people very routinely miss a lot of the a miss of a lot of what the game actually kind of like talks about. Which is funny, considering that the entire game is about misinterpretation and... oh my god. Misinterpretation and putting your own kind of expectations onto people instead of like actually attempting to understand what they're going for. Oh my god, I almost had that. I used to be a lot better at that. Buffing. I guess we're not considering Into's the biggest chest of the gate. I can't say anything because it is true. A binder is a wonderful thing. Which is really funny, because I think it's this one where, I think it's this, or it's the... I think it's this and the Detective Naoto manga, where, like, she lets them out a lot more. Oh my god. I'm like, oh my god. And like, that thing about misinterpretation too. Because part of me... because there is a massive elephant in the room between Kanji and Naoto. That's gonna be fun. That's going to be really fun when the game comes back. That I look forward to. An entirely new decade. Her rage makes little children cry. I look forward to another decade of people misinterpreting Kanji and Naoto. That's gonna be a very fun experience.
Diving right into the 6th match. Both fighters' spirits are flaring.
She just foreclosed that hitbox. No, she meant it. No, she has a binder. She had a binder, I'll say. Because I love Persona 4, but every time talking about it feels like I'm stepping into like several landmines, and it's worse because I know that I'm right. But oh my god. But because I did her S-Link, and like I've thought about it for like generally a very long time to like properly understand things, the two largest misconceptions when it comes to Persona 4, which is always impossible to not talk about, which is why the next 10 years are going to be really fun when that's back, is a lot of people very heavily misinterpret one, Kanji as gay, and two, oh my god, and two, Naoto as trans. And not for nothing, it's because the shadows make it very confusing on purpose. Like, very intentionally, especially with the things that the shadow are saying. But again, oh my god, I hate fighting Yukari. I hate fighting Yukari. Because I can't use my range options against her or Yukiko because they're just much better. The two largest misconceptions in Persona 4 fandom, or at least people talking about Persona 4, is that Kanji is gay or that Naoto is trans. The shadows make that very confusing on purpose, you cannot take what the shadows say at face value. They are bold embellishments of pieces of those characters that are true. Punishing evil from her lonely throne. Kanji bare minimum is bi. Like that, I think that's not debatable at all. The reason why a lot of people very often misinterpret Kanji as being gay is because of his attraction to Naoto. And Naoto presenting the way that she does for a majority of the game really doesn't help that. Because, so that's why I really... It's because her... Because I don't want you to be disappointed, so it's like I want to like better align the things. It's not like she's no. Her thing is not with oh my god, with gender norms. It's more so the expectations of a woman in her specific occupation. Naoto's bigger issue is with misogyny than it is gender traditions. Kanji's sexuality gets slightly impacted because of that. Kanji's thing is more about him embracing his more softer and effeminate side. Yosuke, I want to strangle him. Like, Kanji's big thing is embracing more of his feminine side, despite the fact that, like, no, he is a very rough and tumble type of guy who is very masculine. No, he fights biker gangs and wins. I know that. I know that. I know how big that goddamn hitbox is. Because he likes sewing, he likes knitting, he lives with his grandmother who he really, like, respects. He likes working at that textile shop. So, like, the shadow takes that softer part of him and his confusion around Naoto and his feelings for Naoto, and it twists that against him. So, like, it makes him very insecure. The shadow is embellishing his feminine side. Soul looks so cool. It's embellishing his more effeminate side. To the point where, like, no, it mocks him for, like, being softer. And, like, if you're a soft guy, that means that you're gay, and if you're gay, then you can't be really a manly man. That's his shadow's entire deal. Naoto's thing is an extreme reaction to essentially workplace misogyny in Japan. Oh my god. Where she isn't really respected in the field that, no, she cares a lot for. And they won't take her seriously because she's a girl. So that's why she presents as masculine. It's not because she has those feelings, oh my god. It's not because she has those feelings, it's because she doesn't want to be muscled out of the thing that she literally spent most of her life kind of idolizing and wanting to work towards. And I bring that up, not as a, like, oh, everybody's wrong about these characters. I bring it up because, like... Oh my god. Because one, Atlas... They very incidentally ended up stepping into that and making that why... No. I do not need you to use Daiharon. They did not know what they were doing. As in, they did not know that the lines that they were doing, the lines that they were using could be or would be interpreted in that way. Which fed into changes of perspectives and understanding of the characters. Like, that's part of why Persona 4 is so interesting to me and so fun. I'll talk while I go through this. That's why Persona 4 is so interesting and fun to me, because the way that it ends up even presenting itself and the way that it goes for its own themes, it caused players themselves to fall into the same trappings that the characters are actively escaping from. They're trying to escape these expectations placed upon them by other people who are looking at them and who are seeing these different parts of them and trying to be themselves. Like, no, they embrace who they are. They're embracing who they are. That's the point of overcoming the shadow. It's not a way of like controlling that other part of yourself. It's recognizing those parts of yourself that like you might not want to actively recognize. Kanji didn't initially want to recognize the fact that he had those feminine traits. Naoto didn't want to recognize the fact that like she was hiding who she was because of how she felt when it came to the job that like she admired for so long. Yosuke didn't want to acknowledge his feelings of like being trapped in Inaba. Chie didn't want to acknowledge her very petty feelings against Yukiko. Yukiko didn't want to acknowledge how trapped she felt in Inaba working at the inn. Like, what allows the characters to obtain their personas in Persona 4, have to add that, because it changes every time, is that experience and that recognition of those versions of themselves, those parts of themselves that they don't want to recognize. And then after they do recognize those parts of themselves, that's when they're able to be more true to themselves. Like it's very thematically coherent. That is like another part of it too. I love you with all my heart, Rise. To be fair, I'll let people live on kanji gay and Naoto trans, given how little LGBT representation there was back then. Yeah, that is also like another, like, no, a very important part of that too, where it does say something and it does mean something that so many fans, like, really latched on to kanji and Naoto for those different interpretations. And I'm not saying... because I want to, like, not necessarily... I want to add an asterisk to, like, everything else that I was saying. Because it's not me saying that as in everybody interpreted the characters wrong. I think it says more that kanji got so accepted by... It's the thing, like, it's why I am really attached to Rise. Like, no, there's a reason why so many people saw themselves in kanji and saw that struggle between his more effeminate gay side, or like his confusion about being interested in Naoto, who's presenting as very mask for most of the game. Like, no, he gets to be that. He can be a tough beefcake, a cool guy who can fight biker gangs, but then also still have this very sensitive side of like being able to use knitting to repair like a toy bear. There's a reason why that Shadow Naoto line about not being able to cross the boundary of the sexes really stood out to a lot of trans people. Like, no, I had that experience with Rise when she was talking about those different aspects of herself and not being sure of like who she could really be in the face of so many other people. Like, which part of me is the real me? Is it the me that's in front of the audience in front of the TV screen? Is it the me that's in front of my family? Is it the me that I'm by myself? Is it the me that I'm in front of my friends? Like, there's a reason why Persona 4 is so special to everybody who like really really is into it. It's because these characters are so rich and have these so many different interesting facets. Like, you can find yourself in these characters. You can very easily find yourself and identify with any and each of these characters in various different ways. Not you. And that's what makes people so attached to these characters. That's why I have a Rise keychain. That's why I celebrate her birthday. That's why I love her. Like, no, she means so much to me on a very personal level because of that experience of seeing somebody else suffer through that. Oh, I don't know who others are expecting me to be. What does that mean for me? Is the real me what other people want from me? Or is the real me something that only I want? But then where do I lie between that? And what lies between that is the persona. And that's where it all comes back to the Jungian psychology. That's where it wraps together in the synergy between the self and the shadow. And that gives birth to the persona. And that's why the main protagonist is the Fool. That's why he has the ability of the wild card. They have the ability of the wild card. Where they're able to switch between multiple characters. They're able to switch their personas to better align and interact with other people who also are going through their own struggles. Rise was a trans allegory for me? No. No, Rise, no. I had a very distinct, it's impossible for me to talk about Persona, and especially Rise, to not get into this. No, the Rise stuff was way before any of those feelings. No, as when I was a little alchemist, no, I felt very saddled with it's similar to how you talk about why you identify as non-binary. Yeah, like, it was a lot of that stuff beforehand where it was that, no, it was a lot of those expectations that were saddled upon me, where how I was in school, how I was with family, how I was with friends, like, it all felt like they were very dissimilar and very separate people, and I couldn't really find, I want to say, the overlap of where really I was. Rise is the main reason why I love Persona 4 especially so much. She's the reason I even replayed the game. Because I got to her S-Link 6, which was when she started talking about, I don't know where the real me is. I don't know what to do, because I did like being partly an idol. I do want to be normal. I want to be quote-unquote a normal person. I don't want these expectations placed upon me. But also, when those expectations are placed upon me, I know that impact and that power that I can have to help people. Like, that's why her resolution, like, really stuck with me. That realization of there is no single me. There are multiple parts of me, and those multiple parts make up the whole. That's why I really, really like Rise. That's why I got really, I don't want to say defensive, but that's why I got really very sentimental when so many people kept saying, like, oh, well, she's the easy one. She's the one who's very attached, like, so easily. She's floozy. That's literally why her title is the scandalous superstar idol. Like, again, those misinterpretations, those almost deliberate mischaracterizations of who she is. Like, no, she is Rise. She's either Rosette, she can be Rise Kujikawa, or she's just like your underclassman. Like, I really identified with that, which is also very funny because another character in Persona 4 who relates to that is Yumi Ozawa, the Sun Arcana if you go for the Drama Club, because in my first playthrough, she was the one who I spent a lot of time with. I did see Hannah Montana, but that was largely before I played Persona 4. So I didn't really, no, none of that really internalized. No, that's I love Rise for that. And Kanji also really helped me too, of like embracing more softer effeminate side. There's a lot the so trans allegory we can very much create, but also societal expectations of who we are supposed to be regardless of our needs and wants. Kanji was huge for me because the concept of masculinity isn't just hyper-testosterone-fueled aggression, but also that ability to care and go beyond what is socially acceptable. Yeah, like, no, that's why Kanji, like, really stood out to so many people. Because he can be that very... Even in the character profile, a young man once feared as a violent punk. Despite his appearance, he's a kind-hearted and skilled knitter. Like, no, it's that, not necessarily contrast, but it's that, those expectations that are placed upon these different characters. And all of them kind of fighting to go through that, fighting to look past, like, this very surface level, things. That's why, that's the symbology behind the glasses. The glasses is so that you can look through the fog and see clearly, to actually be able to see through what is presented in front of you, to actually reach out for the truth. That's why Persona means a lot to me. That's why I really like Persona. Like, that's why it's such an important series to me. Speaking of you.
Very well.
And making history.
Nobody touches his precious sister complex kingpin of steel, Yu Narukami!
I can't get over that title. That title is ridiculous. Right.
This is the true tournament finale. The P1 climax is finally kicking off.
Hi, this is your announcer, Miss
So, also to kind of mention,
Really heat it up here. Are you ready?
there were 2 releases of Persona 4. Persona 4 Arena, Ultimax. There was the console release, and there was the arcade release.
Bring it on. If you're not gonna do it, then I'll kick this off myself.
Chie? No, that's not her.
So a lot of the characters who were in the arcade release, or were playable in the arcade release, have like a very typical arcade, where there is like a very slight story.
Is it happening in the real world now? Round 1.
Backside of the TV. Oh, I need to remember how to play you. I'm much better at, like, fighting. Oh my god. I'm much better at fighting. I'm much better at fighting, like, real people with you. One thing- oh my god. Block it. One thing that I also really like about Ultimax, which really comes through when you play,
Calm down.
it really comes through that this is an Arxis game. One thing I really like about Ultimax is that typically, like, every character has, like, a very focused type of unique thing about them. In Yu's case, his persona operates more like a, honestly, like a JoJo stan. The only similar character being Culprit. I have to remember the persona button. Because I can send out Izanagi and have it operate fairly separate from me for only like a little bit. The only downside is that it makes it very, very vulnerable to persona break. Whereas Xia's unique mechanic is Power Charge. So whenever she uses a super, she can use a specific super to empower her next physical attack. Typically used for like Dragon Kick, but it can also be used for no. It is very different from Heritage for the Future. It's different. It's different for different reasons. Because Yu's the only character who operates like that. Rise's is very tied to her. Akihiko has a... Actually, it'd be better off if I just go and do it in the training. But I will do that after... I'll do that after the ads end, because I need to remember to actually take breaks this time. Especially after going 12 hours straight last night. Not straight, but like 8 hours. So I'll go back to the main menu and then head into training. Yeah, it's more like Blaze Blue. So yeah.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
I will be right back as these ads play.
Between dream and reality. Why don't you introduce yourself?
This is a space that only those who have, in one way or another, entered into a contract may enter. In your daily life, you subconsciously heard the call to awaken, and you chose to follow the destiny of your inner voice, thereby enacting your glorious awakening to your power.
You might be thinking, well, no, there's the whole horse, and then there's the one with the Oingo Boingo. Also, I'm probably just gonna use this as an excuse to just talk about Persona at this point. But honestly, that's part of the reason that I kind of just wanted to play this anyway. Plus, I think this is the first time I played this on stream. But yeah, I can run through basically how every character works. Because I'm aware enough of how they work that I can explain it. It also gives me an excuse to play different songs that I like. Oh, I remember these. The arena is a general, I believe arena was the intro track for P4A. Best Friends is the outro song for P4A. Breaking Out of is the intro song for P4AU. Reach Out to the Truth, P4A Arena, that is Yu's theme. Hero Junes, Yosuke's. Like a Dragon, Chie, Princess Amagi, Yukiko. A Pure-Hearted Beast is Kanji. Teddy Circus is Teddy's. Seeker of Truth is Naoto's. Most missions for Brilliant Executioner is Mitsuru. The Wandering Wolf is Akihiko. Heartful Cry is Aigus. Spirited Girl is Labby's. Shadows is Shadow Labby. Battle Hymn of the Soul is Elizabeth. Pink Sniper is Yukari. Mr. Easygoing Man is Junpei. Joker is Shows. Blood Red Moon is Minazuki. Youthful Spirit is Ken. Twinkle Star is Rise. Fuller Clown is Adachi. XOXO for you. That is Marie, I believe. Battle Hymn of the Soul is Margaret's. The rest of these are different songs from the games. Almighty Calamity, Deep Breath, That Which from Darkness, Striptease, The Arena, Snow Queen, Time Castle, Long Way, Unavoidable Battle, Adventure Act, Basement, Master Tartarus, Danger Zone, I'll Face Myself, Muscle Blues, Fog, Reach Out to the Truth, Burn My Dread, Mass Destruction, P3 version, Best Friends, Wanna Be Close, Changing Seasons, Heartful Cry, Junas, Burn My Dread, Memories of You, Deep Mentality, Persona Invocation, Tanaka's Amazing Commodities, P3 Frez, Brand New Days, Darkness, Persona, Soul Phase, Wiping All Out, Sun, Pursuing My True Self, Heaven, Calorie Magic, Reach Out Instrumentals, Someone Else's Man, Nevermore, Time to Make History, It's Showtime, New World Fool, Shadow World, Let's Hit the Beach, True Story, Arena Naked Mix. These are remixes that were for a special CD that I have access to. Maze's Life is PQ, PQ P3 side, PQ P4 side, Game, Revelations Mitsuo, Period, After Battle. Yeah, just a bunch of Persona songs to listen to. I will play Time to Make History. Also, the stages. Samigawa Floodplain, Bottom of Tartarus, Shopping District, Junes, Top of Tartarus, School Gate, Inside the School, Backside of the TV. I still forget where this is, honestly. The Music Room. These are also these are various stages inside the school that were also from P4. The Comms Room. And then the Gymnasium. Okay, so Yu's very unique mechanic is the fact that Izanagi can operate separately from you, so long as like you're persistently pressing the buttons. Yu is the only character that can have a persona running out like this. Partly. So like from different spots where Yu is, like I can press the D button. And then I can send Izanagi out, and then Izanagi can operate separately. The thing that makes that very... His gimmick is remote stand. Yes, and honestly, there's very similar reasons why you don't really use it in this. Because you see the cards up here. Those are your Persona cards. Whenever... Can I set up... Record... Can I record... No, that's reset. Let's wake up. Can I have you just attack? Oh, right. I think I had those unmapped. Can I just have you attacking? Oh, because I have Persona cards on Infinite. So each time that a Persona gets hit, you lose a Persona card. You don't take any actual direct damage from it, so it's not like that from Heritage. But when your Persona is broken, you no longer get access to your Persona buttons, which, for right now, means that you can't use Izanagi. And it also means that I lose access to any special where I use Izanagi. That also extends to supers. But I still have access to anything that isn't, I have anything that is on what is your, like, quote-unquote normal buttons. I forget if, yeah. So I still get that one. So that extends also to certain supers. Where is... So typically, for some characters it's more significant than others. Yu has a very good mix of moves both in and out of, with and without Izanagi, so he's not heavily impacted by it. But a character who is more significantly impacted by it.
Picture in your head your own appearance as well as your alter ego, your persona.
Is like Shadow Labby. Where can I find... Because I actually really like Shadow Labby's theme.
Very well.
Because Shadow Labby is one of the only 2 puppet characters in the game. Unlike every other character, Asterius is constantly out. And operates entirely separately from Shadow Labby. And anytime that you do an input with it, it's doing it separate from you. However, that also has a trade-off for this. Let me see. As a trade-off, holding D causes Asterius to block. Because one of the few times where Asterius is actually in danger is while it's attacking or immediately after. That's why Shadow Labby has a lot more Persona cards. She has specifically 6. Comparison to normal Labby, who actually has 3. because Shadow Labby's a lot more dependent on her persona. So it's a little bit harder to break hers, but if you do, it's more significant, because that causes Shadow Labby to lose a lot of access to things. Especially really, really good moves. So the trade-off is basically... Ooh. So the trade-off is basically you have to manage your own puppet, or else you lose access to it. But if you retain it, then you get so many other things with it. Including... Was it backwards? Including Tate no Machina. But then compare that to... Then you have like something on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, which is like Ken.
Picture in your head your own appearance as well as your alter ego. This looks like fun. Your persona.
Just gonna switch this over to...
Very well.
I'll do Ben Rad. Ken is the other Ken is the other puppet character in this game. Born in 1998. Oh my god. Why do you start with... Oh, because it's heavy. Whatever. Margaret's funny. Margaret's funny. 1998. Risa was born in 1995. Ken only has 2 persona cards, because he is not very dependent on his persona. Instead, his persona buttons are replaced with attacks with Koromaru. So typically, the main trade-off with Ken is that a lot of his moves are very unsafe on their own, but the trade-off is that you can do that while Koro is also doing things separate from you. However, like under all my inputs, right under where Ken is right now, Koro also has his own health bar. So, yeah, so this is why I picked Margaret as the contrast. That is not her one persona. So Ken still has, I think it's this one. Yeah, Ken still has Kalanemi, doesn't really use it for a lot of moves, that's why he only has 2 persona cards. But the trade-off is that he's a puppet character who uses another character.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Margaret,
Picture in your head
you can see it. She's the extreme opposite end. Margaret is basically entirely dependent on personas, but she also has the most persona cards in the entire game. Where is... Battle Hymn of the Soul.
very well.
Margaret is, by all accounts, just a playable boss character. She's ridiculous, which is very fitting for her being the super boss from 4. So while other characters typically get about 4, the average is 4, she gets, what is that, 8?
You're
Yeah.
very cautious.
She gets 8 personas. She gets 8 persona cards because she uses them separately. She uses 3 different personas. She uses Kukulin, Yoshitsune, and Kali. And she just gets God Hand as one of her abilities. Not only does... Oh my god, I hate this. This is a light, by the way. This is her light attack. It hits from round start with range. And it connects into 8. Also, you're gonna see the weather changing. That's Marie doing something. Trying to remember. It was this one. She also has a secondary mechanic where Yoshitsune uses Hasao Tobi. So anytime, specifically depending on the combo that she is going for, if it ends in a multiple of 8, and you end that in Hasao Tobi, it does additional damage based on 8. That is her emergency action. It is the suplex. But if you win a round with it, it is the Ultimax, the ultimate suplex hold. She is the only character who gets that. That's why there is art. She's the only character who gets that, despite there being key art of Aigis doing it to you. She also gets Medirahan. For some reason. Fonterey. And then Power Slash. Her entire unique thing is just the fact that she's using multiple personas persistently. Which means she has the... Which means that hers lasts the longest. But essentially, without them, she's very defenseless. The hardest part about that, though, is breaking her persona cards. That is Arda. And that's not the only move that it does, it just has access to Medirahan. Cause that is the one that also gives me God Hand. I like Margaret as a character, don't like playing her, especially don't like fighting her. But then, as like a complete opposite end of that, there's Sho. The rule-smashing pun machine. Who is the only character in the game who doesn't use persona cards. So instead of that, he gets two of his normal attacks, and then he gets an additional third attack. So he's the only character who really uses like ABC. And then the D is a spot dodge. He's the only character with a completely different game plan than everybody else. Admittedly overshadowed by his other version, because his other version is just a lot better. For like top 2 characters in the game, it's I think number 1 consistently is you, number 2 is Minazuki. Kanji is a very funny grappler. Aigis has access to Orgia mode. Mitsuru's main thing is mainly using Mabufudyne. Mabufudyne as well as her chains. Lapras has a momentum mechanic tied to her axe. Of the 2 characters who have the most interesting mechanics, Naoto's is a little bit involved, but it's a very strong win condition. Yosuke has access to Tsukakaja. Yukiko has access to Fire Break. She's mainly a keep away character. Teddy is Faust. Yukari is also a very interesting keep away character who uses bombs and Garu to adjust the angles of where her projectiles are going.
Very well.
She is weird. Um, she's really weird. I think in terms of like the base roster from P4A, Naoto was the most complex character outside of Elizabeth, because Elizabeth just had multiple mechanics. So Naoto,
Here I go.
one, she has a fire stance.
Okay.
Here I go.
Okay.
Here I go.
Okay.
The last shot will also ricochet a little, it seems. Yeah, the last shot will ricochet. I used to actually know how to do a lot of this stuff. She's very interesting. She gets access to Double Fang. Her gun stance has access to normal bullets. Last shot will do a special thing that impacts that special counter up there. So, Naoto has access to Hama and Muda. Why would that super do nothing? Because yeah, Hama and Mudo skills, especially around the Persona 4 and Persona 3, were instant kills. Like they all had a chance of insta-kill regardless. So how do you make that work for a fighting game? You give the character she's fighting a fate counter. So if you hit the enemy with certain moves, which is this Megiddo trap, some of Sukuna Hikuna's moves like that, and I believe Blight too. Oh, no, not Blight. Blight adds poison.
I hope you're prepared.
Now the fate counter is up. When the enemy has no fate, nothing left in her fate counter. Whoops. Hama and Mudo will instant kill,
Nothing seems amiss.
regardless of however much health the enemy has.
I hope you're prepared.
That's also why one of her supers decreases the fate counter by half. Roughly half. It does about 6.
Okay.
So typically you would have to at least hit them with one other move, then hit them with 2 of these. It does also carry over in between rounds.
It's the end of
Forgot about that one. It was... That's also why that super is one of the best in the game. Because one, very rapid fire, it applies mute, and it switches over to the shotgun at the end. You've also probably been noticing, there's a lot of status effects in this game. It carries over a lot of Persona's elements. Like right now, Yukari's poison. So like, she would gradually take damage over time. Charm slowly saps the SP from the enemy gauge. Panic reverses all your controls. Rage makes it so that you can't block, but increases damage that you deal.
Reality, mind, and matter. Now,
Trying to remember what other ones there are.
would you introduce yourself?
There is freeze, and I think only Mitsuru and Elizabeth get access to it. Speaking of Elizabeth,
Judge your own appearance as well as your alter ego, your persona. Very well.
she's a very quirky character. She also gets Thanatos for reasons that I will not say.
Your fate is in the cards.
Her main thing is Thanatos, as well as also additional buffs and stuff that she can get. Her grab... No.
Rounds and rounds.
Her grab, I believe...
Time to be judged.
No, it's this. Her emergency action changes depending on how much meter she has. At max, she applies Panic. Where is it? That's burst.
It's time to be judged. The lever.
At lower, she'll get lovers. She also has passive SP regeneration. Yeah, that's why the protagonist in here. If you're thinking episode Aegis, it is.
Persona.
That's why.
Persona. Backing up. Opening by deck.
That's why Elizabeth gets Thanatos.
Thanatos.
And Thanatos has very fun interactions, specifically whenever the enemy is in fear. Elizabeth is also unique, because she was the only Velvet Denizen in the first game. So she has access to Zeo. She has access, I believe that's Zeodyne.
You're frozen now.
And then Bufudyne. Where was... I think it's
Some freezing. I will shock.
Zeo,
Tornado.
Garudyne,
Tornado. Backing up.
and then... Whoops.
Here's some fire.
And then Maragi. Ah, it's Maziodyne, Mabufudyne, Magarudyne, Maragidyne.
Oopsie daisy.
And then she also has Debilitate.
Oopsie daisy. Backing up.
That Megadolone definitely is for you. It sucks because, like, I really like her instant kill, but... Where is it? Let me... Oh yeah, characters also have insta kills in this. Set her to always an awakening. It's also hard to set off specifically in training. Where is it? Why?
Would you mind it? Oh my.
You just won't do it. Why? You just won't do it when it's up. That's cruel. You really just won't do it when it's up. Whatever. Yeah, her instant kill is a counter, unlike everybody else's. And I believe the initial condition was that it had to hit 3 times.
Persona. Horn.
Um,
Change things up.
But yeah, mainly the game plan for Elizabeth is one, typically to get into Awakening. Elizabeth has such a weird game plan. She used to have the least amount of health in the OG, in the original, because the way they wanted you to play her. Let me find it. The way they wanted you to play her was
Backing up.
get meter.
You're frozen now.
Whoops.
You were seek.
Why do I not remember the input? Was to get meter,
I am charging.
use mind charge,
Prepare. Prepare.
oh, because I have it at instant, that's why.
I am charging. The time has come.
Yeah, they want you to sacrifice your HP to get meter. They want you to use your meter to spend it on mind charge. Mind charge instantly puts you into awakening.
I will give it my all.
Then you also use Daiharon
Please, well.
to slowly get it back. Very, very interesting
The time
idea that didn't exactly work the way that they kind of expected. Because hey, that's a lot of time to hit her and to stop her from healing. But when you're in there, then you get access to Ghastly Whale.
Thanatos.
Oh yeah, you can also do that.
Persona card.
You get access to Ghastly Whale, which is a lot of decent damage. Let me put her into Awakening.
One moment, please.
Whoops.
This is my trump card.
That's base Ghastly Whale, 2,500.
One.
But if the enemy is inflicted with fear,
This is my trump card. Memento mori.
it does more damage. She's a really weird character, and her auto combo goes through all of the special elements. Which also uses a bunch of meter. However, as a trade-off, she also has Mahamon, and then she also has Mamudin.
Destiny drum. Let there be light.
I remember there were specific conditions on hers, but that one was weird.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Because I think the
Between dream and reality.
C versions, which is the light persona attacks, deal damage, but the heavy versions are traps and they set off after a certain amount of time. And then after that time goes off, it will just instant kill.
Alright, here goes.
Picture in your head
Jinpei has the most complex mechanic in the entire game.
your persona.
Where is...
Very well.
Which is tragic. Not really, but it's really funny. I need to get this off of the screen. I hope you know how to play baseball. Good. So, it is tied specifically to Junpei's heavy attacks. His, like, base heavy attacks. Whenever he swings the bat, if he does not hit the opponent, he will get a strike. You miss 3, you get an out. 2, 3, 2 outs. 1, 2, 3. All out. That's 3 outs. The bases get removed. However, if... Where is it? Block everything. If you hit the enemy within the block, you get a ball. Don't know how blocking translates into a foul, whatever. But 3 balls and then you get a walk. So then that's 1 free base. So that's 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 3 strikes, all out. Bases get unloaded. But when you actually hit somebody, you get a base. Hit the enemy 4 times, then you get 1 run. That all leads up to Victory Cry when you get 10 runs.
You better be ready.
But if you also have bases loaded, or if you have any runner, and then you also get... Whoops. Try to remember. Trying to remember specifically which one, because I used to do this a lot for combos. There is an up close. That's a normal, like, that's a normal hit, but there's kind of a sweet spot. When you make that noise, that's a home run. When you hit it in the sweet spot, you get a home run, and then all the bases immediately get counted for a run. Get counted for the runs. So you can either do that to be safe, and then at 10 you get Victory Cry. Makes him faster, deals more damage. I believe he passively regenerates some HP. And then thing after that is just excess. Junpei can also reflect projectiles. But that one requires a little bit of timing. Then there's also this one. That one sweeps by and grabs the enemy. It goes by faster, but you also have to time it, because if you miss it, then you just wasted the meter. But it also does really good damage. Tragically, I like playing Junpei. Like, he is actually kind of fun when you get used to the baseball stuff. Because it's a really fun mechanic to, like, micromanage. Because it only applies whenever you're swinging the bat, so you're typically using this or using Trismegistus to keep pressure on the enemy. Like, there's a lot of micro decisions you can make with them that are, like, really fun to play. One small detail, he has the necklace, and I genuinely think that's really sweet that he still holds on to that. Akihiko has like a whirlwind mechanic that's tied to his boxing stances. Chie gets power charge. I think that's basically everybody. Minazuki isn't necessarily... Oh, no. Marie has a thing that's weather-based. I don't care. I do not care. Chie is just Jam from Guilty Gear. Like, yeah. Like, her build-up mechanic is the same thing with power charge. Where is... as a way of kind of just like a note of how kind of petty I might have been or was, I might have used Marie as my main training dummy for years. I'm very used to... I'm very used to using her as my training dummy. Risei's main thing is that scan, because when that's on an enemy, certain moves get different properties. The disc will auto-track instead of being very in place. Her satellite super will instead immediately target the enemy. So that's mainly the thing that you kind of just set up throughout the match. Crouching D sends it upwards to scan downwards. Standing sends it down to scan upwards. This super puts her into rage, so it deals more damage. But she also... I hate the rain. She also has music notes. Whenever she does this special, it'll send out music notes, which will only activate depending on certain moves that are impacted by her microphone. So, the microphone can activate them as like a kind of like roaming mine. So I send those out, I throw that, and then that creates a little bit of a smoke screen for me. On top of that, her persona attacks are typically just ranged. Like, they're very short-range projectiles. But she's also fairly vulnerable whenever she's using them. Oh yeah, she also has Arrow Rain. And if the enemy's under scan when she does it, then it'll automatically home in on the enemy. I think the EX... No, it doesn't put them in a shock state. Also, her grab puts the enemy under charm for a little bit, so she gets a little bit more meter gain. But yeah, the big thing is her super. Her Awakened super. Which is a rhythm game. And does damage proportional to how well you perform the rhythm game itself. Most importantly, there's also 3 variants. The first song for C is Pursuing My True Self. Each time you do these, they have 3 separate sections as well. So if you want to be thorough, you're basically testing, you're making sure that you can do 9 different charts and can FC them. Because that one does Pursuing My True Self, which is the intro of the original. The heavy version does... It is relatively slower. It's supposed to make it easier. I'm one of those people where playing on easy makes it harder for me. And then this is 3. I never do that one. I never do the third. I never do the D version. I hate it. And also, if you miss, I think 3, it does the minimum amount of damage. But then, if you do the EX special version of it, the one with the most possible damage, it does Shadow World. But it's also fast. Verse 2. You also have to be like a little specific about when you hit it too. Oh my god. You have to be like very specific with this. It's like not, it does not really, it does not give you a lot of leeway. But no, I really like it. There's certain combo routes where you can make it work, but typically if you're doing it, it's mainly going to be a call out. Which is why I really like using it. Also, every character has access to an instant kill. I love Rise, but I do not like her. I don't like her instant kill. I don't think it's good. But my favorite one in the game is also one of the hardest ones to get off.
To the Velvet Room. This place exists between dream and reality.
Picture in your head your own appearance as well as your alter ego, your persona.
Where is that? Laura Bailey. Flare Clown, Shadow Labyrinth. Laura Bailey voices Ryusei Kuchikawa.
What's wrong?
Wait, Was the install a different one? It is. Yeah, this one's a two-parter. Shadow Labby's IK is really... you have to call out that you're going to land it. Because you have to do it within a certain amount of time that it's here. And then not only that, it's a command grab. Love her.
Welcome to the Velvet Room. This place
Also, probably
reality. Mine and
probably one of the worst kept secrets in the entire Persona fandom, Adachi.
Picture in your head
Um,
your own appearance as well as your alter ego, your persona. I wish you good luck.
Which also sucks because he's also genuinely one of my favorite characters to play. Because he's also very interesting. Thanks for stopping by. I keep forgetting that Natsu is on that Saturday. Main thing with the Dachi is... Where is it? It's Heat Riser and Makatsu Mandala. Heat Riser increases the base attacks. Whoops. And then Makatsu Mandala. Oops, that's Atom Smasher. Increases the amount of damage that Magatsu does. One of my favorite supers in genuinely the entire game. And also a pretty good IK.
Here's a lesson for you. You act high and mighty, but lose and you're just a loser. Do you understand now?
Relatively simple, but also one of the few that has like an after screen effect, just like Shadow Abbey.
welcome to the Velvet Room. This place exists between dream and reality.
Of the characters that I actually do know and can play, I almost wish that I could play Aigis a little bit better, but I do not wanna. I don't like Orgia mode. I don't like how it works. But that was just an excuse for me to gush about Persona for a little bit. Because today was voted on. Let me switch over. Because today was voted on in the Discord. And also the stream should be a little bit shorter. The stream should be a little bit shorter because like 12 hours yesterday was a lot. And even saying that, I still wanted to do the DLC. I still wanted to do the DLC for RE2. But then the more I thought about it, I'm like, not sure. I'll probably do that Sunday to like relax. But yeah, no, I wish more people, I wish I could play it a little bit more. I wish I could play P4AU a little bit more, because I'm not in any type of capacity to like play that with I can't play that online. It's not something that like I have or would play online. I used to play it online. I used to play it on like very early during PS3. But like that's mostly a game that I played kind of just with friends. Mechanically, I would not say that I'm really good with the game, but I do understand it, and like I put a lot of time into the arcade. I've also played the story mode, and I've also played Golden Arena a lot too. Because it's just, no, I love Persona 4, so that gives me a reason to play Persona 4 again, just in different ways. But I did say that I wanted this stream to be a little bit more... I said I wanted this stream to be a little bit lighter. I wanted this stream to be a little bit lighter because, like... Turns out going for like 12 hours straight when you didn't intend to, it's like really exhausting. Whoops. Oh, they sent that like, okay. Yeah, because there's also a couple things that I probably, there's just a few things that I also want to make sure that I like attend to. You would think that streaming for 27 days straight and trying to make the last day for Halloween be like a really big blowout, not necessarily a bad idea. I can't say it's a bad idea because it's not. It was fun. It was worth it. But also maybe doing that for 12 hours and then still trying to plan out these last, what? I still have 4 days. 28, 29, 30, 31. Yeah, the last 4 days of like the streamathon, you would think I'd be a little bit smart about it. I guess not. I guess not. I guess not. But that's also kind of why, because usually Sunday, if I stream on Sunday, that would be more of the kind of relaxing type of stream. But I guess that's just not the case this time. Because man, I got exhausted doing that for 12 hours. It was fun though. Like, it was entirely fun and definitely I'd say worth it. But like, wow, was that a lot more endurance than I was expecting. It also really helped. It also really didn't help that I wasn't using the breaks. Like that original intent of like taking breaks and then counting and doing stuff, really did not pan out. And I mostly only have myself to blame for that. Because I said I would do it, but I didn't, because I got so invested into the game that I just completely forgot. But that's why I wanted like today and maybe a bit of tomorrow to also kind of just be like a little bit of a shorter type of thing to cool down so I'm not exhausted, which is also really funny to think about considering that next week after Wednesday, like the more that I think about it, it's impossible not to. I'm probably gonna end this streamathon doing my wall perks polls for Limbus, which feels crazy. But I think that's fitting. I think that's fitting of like an entire streamathon, especially going in line with the game that I plan on ending on. I think it's funny to end like a 31-day stream streak rolling in a gacha. I think it would be funny. me, at least. It's something to make me laugh, and that's what matters. Oh, ads are setting up in like 1 minute. So that gives me a chance to set up for... That gives me a chance to go get water and then set up for the next game. So... Let me go... Yeah, let me go and do that, and then I'll be back when the ads end. And I'll actually... Yeah, I'll actually make a list. I'll make a list of the things that I'll probably put on for the week of viewer choice for games to stream. I'll do that, and then I'll switch over to Potion Craft, and then that'll be what I play for, like, I don't know, maybe 2 or so hours just to relax. Like, I need the rest. I need the rest. But yeah, be back after this break. I was actually just considering, I wonder if I could, I was gonna say should, I was wondering if I could do, I was wondering if I could do like open lobby stuff for like P4 on like maybe Saturdays or something. Like, it's something I was just thinking about. Not sure about it, but I would think about it. So I'll put that down as a note. Oh, that should be back. I have to make sure that I send this really quick. Before I forget doing this. But yeah, I was thinking, only for some reason, not even for some reason, no, I was thinking maybe I could do, like, P4AU open lobbies on, like, Saturdays or something. Like, that just came to mind. I'm not sure exactly when, but I want to put, like, thought into it, because, like, no, playing that again for, like, even a couple seconds made me go, oh, I really want to do that. I really want to play this game more. Because it could be fun to have something like round robin, just to kind of like keep people like playing it. Because no, I really like that game. There's so many fun things about it. It could be neat. Okay. I had to make sure that I send that because now I'm still like bouncing between a couple of different commission stuff. Good thing that I got that. Good thing that I'm doing that like all now instead of having waited for like a while. There's something else that I was gonna... Oh, right. I was going to come up with the list of things to stream. Since that was voted on, or at least that was funded, so now I got to think of a couple games that I would stream for essentially a week. Which I might... I don't want to say cap out at 5, but I'll probably keep it to 5. So like 5 days. So it'll be a list of games that I have. Because I can't just put like my entire... I can't put my entire like Steam library up here. Because it's honestly way too many games. But I also have to keep certain ones somewhat separate. Not separate, because there are ones that I do kind of want to eventually play on stream. Like I brought up yesterday that I want to read Steins Gate and Fata Morgana. And I'd rather those be like consistent things than things done for like a one-off type of stream. But I just have to make sure that I actually set this up. I also have to make sure that they don't go for like about 12 hours. So let me... It's also a hard part about... Not necessarily a hard part, but just like it's a very... I want to say tedious part of this is making sure to label them properly each time. Because I also don't want to do things that I've already played on stream. So that also means picking games that I know that people would actually like or would want to see me play, even if it's just a one-off thing. So it also means stepping into some of the games that I might not have expected or thought about streaming, actually. Because this also just gives me an excuse to... Not necessarily an excuse like I needed it, but it gives me a chance to also just branch out and play like something else. Like, oh, maybe do this for fun, because why not? It also means that I get to put in like very bad ideas. Bad, relative, parentheses, funny. Or things that I actually just wouldn't have thought about putting, or not putting, but wouldn't have thought about streaming at all. Which is honestly really good, because that's kind of why I put in, that's even why I put in the, why I put P4AU just into that thing. Put it into the, that thing. Wow, I am like really fried. That's why I put it into the poll that, like determined when I played today, which was on Discord. Link to which down below. Mostly because it's just like, okay, I want to think of something that would be enjoyable for people to see, while also hopefully being something relaxing. Because somehow, not intuitively, but somehow I knew that... Somehow I knew it was just going to be a very... I don't want to say exhausting because that sounds bad. I knew it was going to be a very long stream. That's all I knew. I didn't expect it to be as long as it actually turned out to be. But no, I think... Because I think I brought it up before, but it's, no, this was... Because doing... That scared me. But doing this, like, on top of the whole streamathon, which is what I've been doing for, like, these past, now, 27 days, like, a lot of this has been just, like, very experimental. It's been me, trying things out. I will assume. Huh? I'll wait on that. It's been me trying things out and like doing something new that I haven't really done before. Like I never had the idea of doing like a streamathon like this because I never thought I had the stamina for it. I never thought I would have had the stamina for it. I never thought I would have had like the number of games to be able to just go through like this, to play persistently, to kind of jump from continuously, to keep things varied while keeping it interesting. But then that's also part of the reason why I even did a lot of why I started doing a lot of these just chatting streams. Because it's just like, oh, well, I don't know, maybe it'll be fun, maybe it'll be interesting. And like, because I don't want to be, I don't want to say I don't want to be boring. I didn't want to, I don't know, I guess get kind of fit into like a very specific thing. I want to say pigeonholed. Like I didn't want to be like only streaming like the same things continuously. I think that is something that I definitely picked up from the various Let's Plays and stuff that I used to watch. Where, no, just playing the variety. The variety is just so much fun. I don't think I ever did. I can do that. Like the variety is the fun part. And I guess I didn't know exactly how... What's the word? Various? I didn't know how, I guess, different I could necessarily be when it came to trying and doing different things continuously, while also not losing the energy for it. But no, that's why I've been doing like these different challenge things. I think that's probably one thing that I might have a little bit of a niche in at this point of no, playing games on higher difficulty settings just because it seems fun. Cause like specifically for this year, I went through multiple games on like, even just like in October, I went through multiple games on like hardcore or like the hard difficulty setting equivalent. And that wasn't intentional. I think each time, aside from the RE4 stream, those were very spur of the moment. It was like, why not? Like, I might as well play this on hard, because like, oh, it'd be fun, or it'd be interesting. And then I did it, and then it was fun, and it was interesting. But at the same time, I am recognizing that I do need to take breaks more, because if I do not track myself, or if I don't, not necessarily track, if I don't take care of myself, that's a better way of putting it. If I don't take care of myself and like pay attention to what specifically I'm doing, I will get lost in it. Not as in like I'll get super focused on like it's the only thing I'm thinking about, but I will just lose time. I think the stream yesterday was a really good example of that, because no, I intended to take breaks at like every hour as I anticipated, or what was the original plan, but the only break I took was like only 4 hours in, and then after that it was just entirely... That was like 8 hours straight of me playing Resident Evil 2 on hardcore. And I was still thinking, oh, I need to finish this faster so I can get the DLC. So I can get to the DLC and then do Final Survivor and then Tofu Survivor. And it's like, you're not hitting that timer. Especially for it being like a playthrough that I did not properly, I don't want to say properly prepare for. I didn't, I want to say budget. I didn't budget around. Like time budget. I didn't budget my time around it and expecting it to go that long. I think that was the big thing that really caught me, because that final time also only tracks the final in-game time. It doesn't count the like deaths and resets. So like no, there's a reason why that stream was like 12. That stream was 12 hours, and the Claire run clocked in at 5:36, and the Leon run clocked in at 5:10. So in total, that was about like 10:46? 10:46.50 between both. But that's not keeping track of the deaths, that's not keeping track of the time that I had paused. And the only time I took a break was during the Leon run. I think everything for the Claire run was continuous. Everything after a certain point in the Leon run was just a continuous run through. Like I didn't stop, I didn't take a break. which means that as much as I really would prefer not to, those ad breaks are genuinely really helpful for me. But at the same time, I don't like putting... at the same time, there's a reason why I had those off. I had them off because, like, no, I wanted it to be, like, a special fun thing. And, like, having the ads getting in that kind of distracted, I guess. Which fed into me going for longer than I really should have. Not longer than I should have, because that makes me sound like I regretted it, but it made me go for longer without breaks when I really shouldn't have done that. That's why I woke up like so late. That's why I woke up and like I was so tired, and I'm still relatively tired. But I want to commit to doing this. I think when the streamathon is over, excuse me, because there's a thing that I'm doing weekend after next, so I won't be here for the weekend after next, but I'd still be able to stream. I'd still be able to stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Friday, I don't know. I won't be here for Friday. I think I will be here. No, because after the Thursday stream is probably when I'm going to leave. So it's going to be me doing the Thursday stream and then heading off. And then I won't be here for the entire weekend. Again, which is why it's very funny how this streamathon really worked out. Because if I didn't plan for that, I would have... if I didn't plan for that, there was a very real non-zero possibility that I would have continued the streak. Not that I would have continued the streak, but the streak would have accidentally ended because I did not have the time. Or like I didn't budget my time correctly. But I think after that, after I come back from that convention, and after this streamathon is over, I think I'll stick to doing streams during the weekday, at least for like a little bit, just so I can use the weekends to actually rest instead of kind of trucking through the entire weekend like I have been doing, because that has like severely thrown off my sleep schedule, especially when certain days just go excessively long. Again, not that I regret it. It is incredibly fun, but I definitely should have planned this out a little bit better. Plus, I also wanted to plan out things and do like more community stuff in the Discord. So that's gonna give me a chance to kind of plan around that. So November might be a little bit more of like a cooldown type of month for me. Which is also why I wanted this stream to be a more relatively low energy type of chill stream. Because I really did need that break. Like I need this type of moment to collect myself, I guess. Just because like it was so... I don't want to say was so draining. Because I'm trying to keep track of like how long I have been streaming continuously. Because it's been a lot. It's been a lot. It's been a lot, but it's also been fun. It's been really fun. It's been really fun, but it's also been like, damn, I should have planned for this a little bit better. Yeah, this entire stream streak, I've been doing 164 hours, not counting the stream for today. I can do math. What's 164 hours divided across, what, 3 weeks? No. Yeah. I'll round up to 165 because it's also at 55 minutes. Because it's also not counting today's stream. At least not today as in current. It's not counting current stream. It's not counting it is counting last night's stream that bled over into this. So what, 165 across about 3 weeks, give or take, is like, no, I'll actually do, yeah, about like 3 weeks. That's like almost 50 hours per week. Granted, that is definitely heavily skewed because of the because of yesterday, because that definitely threw off the timer a little bit, or like the tracker. But like, no, this was fun. It is fun. I wouldn't be doing this if like it wasn't fun, or if I didn't think I was at least like a little bit good at it. And this has been giving me like ideas, like the ASMR stream. I really like the idea of doing that. It would be fun to do. And then there's also still the voice grams for the server to come up with. I need to, that is also something I need to do. So I can set that up. I think if I were to do something like this again, I would probably do a lot more collabs. I would either do a lot more collabs or I would plan the games out a little bit better, so that way I'm not talking for like the entire time. Because right now, the only times I've really been using certain games for rest have been metaphor. Because thankfully, as much as I love that game, it's been very nice that that game has had a lot of dialogue for me to rest through. Because like, oh my god. Especially when it comes to just chatting streams, because I keep talking so much. I talk so much to the point where like my throat and my lips get dry. Which isn't a bad thing. But also at the same time, it's like, damn, I'm really burning the candle at both ends at this point. Yeah, I think I did everything that I needed to. I'll play Potioncraft for like a little bit. I'll play Potioncraft for like a little bit and then I'll sign off. Like, I was thinking that I probably wanted the stream to either go for like 4 hours at like minimum. That's gonna be subjective. I think I might just do like another hour, see how I feel about it from there. And then make a decision. Because man, I need whatever sleep I got last night was not enough. Whatever sleep I got last night was not enough. Because I just want to sleep. I want to sleep. I want like a little bit more rest. I want like a little bit more rest. But that's also why I wanted to do this. Yes, I want to skip. That's also why I wanted to do this stream. And play, like, no. This was one of the ones that was on the poll. Again, something that is like more relaxing and relatively light work to do. Potion helps put out a fire fire in my house or fields. Cool. I have no idea where anything is. So at least being able to play something that is fairly, what's the word? Low intensity. I was gonna say low key, but no, I wanted something that's a lot more low intensity. Heat the cauldron when the potion is touching the effect on the map. Wait, that's an effect? Wait, then what does this do? Oh, that's a teleport. Interesting. That means I can probably go further then. I don't know if I should have. Whoops. Wonder if I can get it like a little bit closer. Whoops. Nope. That pushed it a little bit too far. I'll make this work. That is a potion of strength. That is not what I need. Something to do with water. Let's see. It's also really funny, because I don't think I've played this literally since my debut. Or at least I haven't played this on stream since my debut. Because I think I'm fairly certain it was, I'm fairly certain this was somewhat early access. Whoops. It is very thematically fitting. Hi Lindsay. Which I think is why I played it during my... when I initially played it during my debut. Well aligned, that's it. It also helps that it's very... Whoops, I did not finish what that was. Potion of Frost. It's very well aligned. Which also really helps considering that, like, no, it's very relaxed. It's a good fitting. Well fitting. You can tell just like how like tired I am, even through the coffee. Recently went fishing in a lake in a forest. I cast my line out and immediately got bite. I reeled in and tried to get it off the hook. Fish had some teeth. It bit me on the palm and flopped back in the water. It's like a hand fan. It's like a very basic healing potion. This also would be like a good game to like have my own to have a own playlist going in. Mostly because it's just very... no, it's very relaxed. Please. There we go. Potion of Swiftness. I'll save that, but that's still not what I need though. Which also means that I can probably just keep the, like, this specific file going. Because they definitely added a lot of stuff, especially since I last played this on stream. So it'd be a fun, how do I put it? It'd be a fun, consistent game to do. Especially in comparison to how much I'm playing so many, like, other gacha and whatnot. Because this takes it straight up? No. This does take it up, though, but... not what I need, but I'll do. Potion of strength, potion of fire, potion of ice. Do I not know? No. Oh, I don't have... I should have saved those other potions. Whoopsie. I think the potion of healing is somewhere over there. But I'll really need to double check. Oh, I think this only redos where it is. It's funny that I don't want to say criticize, but like I'm talking, I would talk so much about like not, how do I put it? It's not like I'm talking down like more casual things, but it's like, I want to play, I'm constantly saying stuff like, oh no, I want to play something that's like very engaging, that keeps, like I like things that are very reaction focused. But then here I am after an incredibly long night of playing Resident Evil, like stressed out of my mind playing on hardcore, and I'm like, you know what, give me the really soft, very relaxed, potion making game. I've learned the mistake of my ways. There we go. Oh, potion of dexterity. I'll save that though. I'm not finding a healing potion. I think it's down to the right. Oh my god. That's probably why I should have done the tutorial to remember. Aftercare after a night of hardcore. I'm not sure that would have been considered aftercare. I'm not sure when it's. I was about to say something that implicated me. In the case of the Dimitrescu sisters, I could probably understand. Oh, I don't think. Wait, I might be able to align this. Granted, that one's just more of biting. Oh my god, please. I have to like do this very gently. Please. There we go. It's like nursing this in here. There we go. I'm saying this game is the aftercare. Okay. It is the aftercare, even though I'm still the one doing all the work. But at the very least, I'm getting paid for it. Ideally. I'm a local herbalist. Like, oh, that's right. You want to sell me stuff. I have money for it. Sure. I do not have this. Life leaf. Oh. The illustrious green herb. Wait. Oh yeah, because these give me skill points. Whoops. Shouldn't have done that. Because I can look at what these do first. Amount of salts, better brew. Selling price is increased by 5, purchase power is decreased by 2.5. More customers you serve in a day, the greater price of potions will be on the next day. The talent effect is not cumulative. If you've haggled for a maximum price with a visitor and you have not missed even once, you will gain as much popularity as if you'd sold without haggling. There we go. That's very useful. You're going to keep your composure when haggling and calmer during conversations. Because, like, yeah, no, this is really nice. Skills tree is definitely different from what I remember in early access. It's very... It feels, like, very well developed. Or, like, it feels like it expanded a lot more. Or, like... It feels like there was a feedback, I'll say. I want to increase visibility. Refund. Do that. Because, like, especially when it comes to something with this specific of a, I'd say, focus. A lot of very, hopefully helpful feedback really helps a lot. Better persuade the number of attempts to offer them an appropriate push until they leave. Increasing on the receipt by 1. Feeling all too ill, I can't, my head hurts. So still another basic healing. But doing 2 of these should be enough to get me there, I think. At least I would hope. Oh, yeah, there's actually... 2 of these is just like enough. I do like the idea of this, though. Like, the very slight refinements. The very slight refinements that you can use water as a distillation to kind of drag it back. So, so that way it's not just, it's not entirely focused purely on the... on the ingredients in order to get anything. Like, you can be a little bit smart about it. Plus, also haggling's a little bit easy, but that's only because I just really like this type of minigame. Aches my lamp. I'm a flatulent. Am I about to die? His tummy hurt. Give me... I'll brew one of these. Might be everything for the shop today. Is it? Seems like it. I'm very curious about this because I never saw anything. Ooh. Wait, is this for salts? For creating albedo and void salt. Interesting. I wonder where a poison potion is, though. What if I go down and to the left? Because in my mind, the idea where you would put a poison potion would either be parallel to a healing potion, or past the healing potion. That's also me heavily relying on the only difference between a cure and a poison is the dosage. Oh no, that drifted way too far off. I feel like I can make this work. Put it here. Yeah, that's probably the best I'm gonna get. Hey, I was right. Because I think the early access stuff only came out in different levels. Not in different levels, in like different chapters. Hang on. Create a potion with 2 different effects. Because I also never really got far in my debut stream either. Underwater growing. Oh, wait, this lets me plant entirely additional plants. I can't be too wasteful, but thankfully... Buy an upgrade. Ooh. Yeah, so I guess I start humbly. And just go off of who needs what. Want to give my horse a potion to make him run faster. Potion of swiftness. There's no downside to haggling. Potion that makes me smaller and more nimble so I can steal things. Smaller? Huh? I need like a shrinking potion. That also would be a potion of dexterity. I don't think I have a sneaking potion, but I could probably offer a dexterity potion. I can't... Oh, he did not like that. Or, no, that was me being evil. Hello, Mushroom Man. Sulfur. Ooh, wait. I can make something explode with that. Mad mushroom. That's rage. Smell. According to legend, the dryads of the forest rode these mushrooms as mounts. That can't be right. I'll take almost your entire stock, and then I'll haggle you to bring it down. No, because I'll change the terms of the deal. Alright, whatever. I'll take everything you have. Motion to help me. Help me get up a high sheer cliff. It would be... I don't know. It's either north or it's going to be east, because I think it would be somewhere around dexterity. Or mobility tends to be swiftness. So what if I go north and then left? North and then west, I should say. Oops. Oh, that went due north. Okay. Oh. That makes this a little bit tricky, but it shouldn't be too bad. I say even though it's bringing me someplace I have no idea where I'm going. Bring me left? At this point, I have no idea what this potion's even gonna end up being. I don't have a lot of these left, but I will make do, I guess. Whoops. It's almost there. There we go. Oh, that's a charm potion. I'll save that though. Steep cliff. I think that would be a dexterity. Because that would be climbing, not necessarily strength. As I'm like rapidly throwing things around to figure out where anything should go. North? That would be you. That might be the best I can do. It's the best mid potion you'll ever get. I think vegetables in my field have gotten smaller. Do you have anything that can make them big again? It'd be something of growth then. Growth Vitality makes me think lower right, so... Let's see what this does. I really do like this kind of very experimental aspect of it. Where it's just like, hey, do you have something that might work for this? And it's like, I don't know, let's see. What happens if I throw like 7 of these ingredients that do these things separately? What happens if we just see what happens when we bring it all together? Dilute it a little, because this is still gonna have to go to the right, but not a lot. There we go. So what's this then? Hey, I was right. Growth. Whoops. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Easy. Right, 2 potions with 2 different effects. I wonder what does that though. The amount of ingredients received when harvesting mushrooms is increased. All I have right now are herbs, so I'd rather increase this to make sure I get more. Let's make dangerous explosives. I also do like that boiling causes mixing to go a lot faster. How do I get you like slightly up? This might be the only way. Then I can use this to dilute you a little. There we go. Wait, that's a potion of fire, not a potion of explosion. Wait, oh. Whoops, well, try again and see what happens. It might be more, even more due west. Oh, that took me in the complete opposite direction of where I wanted to go. Whoops. Oh, I almost yeah, no, I just kind of wasted this. Let's see. Oh no. No, this might be this might be a waste. I can at least turn this into a potion of poison. Might not be able to make that potion of explosion until I either get a little bit more sulfur or find a way around here. Which means for now, that might be the best that I can do. It's also good for a short break considering the ads are coming up. So I'll at least hang here for a little bit and then I'll go for like another 30 minutes or so. And then I'll take a rest. So yeah, be right back. Honestly, I might start using this as a, I might start using this for certain chill days. Because as far as I'm aware... Almost forgot the audio again. As far as I'm aware, there's not really kind of an endpoint. My biggest question right now is how do I make a potion with 2 different effects? Oh, interesting. These are all individual elements. Explosion is its own element. By element short distance. Long distance. Interesting. That can help push me in directions. Because I don't think I can mix potions together just yet. Yep, starting from humble beginnings, I guess. So you recently opened. I'm also an alchemist. Hey. But I'm just passing through town. I'm collecting some ingredients and selling alchemy equipment, so I decided to drop in. I'm running a bit late now and only have enchanted paper with me. But if you need to expand your recipe book, you can buy a couple sheets. Sure. I'm haggling you, though. Oof. That's bad. Okay. That started bad, but that ended better. Sheets in a recipe book are made of special enchantment paper. The enchantment slows the pH aging, allows you to add existing recipes. You can also completely erase an old recipe and write a new one instead. In addition, sheets of enchanted paper can be continuously bound into the recipe book, allowing you to expand it almost infinitely. Okay. Going to the woods to track game, I could use a potion to help me hunt better. Frost Sapphire is my favorite ingredient. I'll pay extra for a potion that includes at least half Frost Sapphire. Wait, what? I don't have any of that, sir. I'm sorry. Use a potion to make me a better hunter. That would be dexterity. Why are they getting picky about specific ingredients that get into their thing? So you're coming to me for the potion. Wait, that means that means he cares about the taste. Why? A vanilla tasting potion isn't gonna make you a better hunter. Further east. Then north. I messed up. If I use the water, then it's gonna go too far. Whatever, I'll deal. I don't like you being picky. Take it and go. Need a potion that will make me strong enough that I can beat the stuffing out of some guards. Don't tell them where you got that from. Tangleweed. That price went up. That price is lower though. I am running a little low, so I can use that. Same for this. I'm getting a little bit risky with this, but... easy. I cut that down by half. Later. I don't know how to use a tinderbox. I need something I can use to light candles and fires. Could I interest you in a potion of fire? Make sure you don't throw it too hard. Strong and fast-acting poison. I'd appreciate it if you save your questions and keep the little deal a secret. Your silence will be graciously rewarded. With only... No. You're paying me only 28? No, get out of here. If that case it runs, anything could help treat that. You want me to give you a poison, but you're only giving me like $20? Hell no. That wouldn't even cover the cost of the materials, even if I wasn't growing them. There we go. That's a better potion of healing. Oh, I had mushrooms, but I didn't see. What can I do? I'm gonna better persuade visitors, the number of attempts. Trying to see. Charisma. Then increase herbalist. Oh, I'm going really far out. That's why I'm not... How do I create a potion with 2 different effects? Oh, you can customize that. Oh, you can go very... Okay, that's cute, actually. Okay, so what if... What do I have a lot of? This. So what happens if I go due south? Because if I want to create a potion with 2 effects... I would imagine... This would either lead, right? So what if I go left? I need to go down like a little bit more. Oh, that went far up. Oh well, I guess we're adventuring then. down a little. Oh, now I'm just really just spending constant amount of resources. Really hope this is gonna be worth that. That set me up there. Let's sound this way. I'm burning way too many resources for this. Finally a light at the end of the tunnel. Put this in raw, then... Then see what's here. Whoops. Whoops. Well, we'll see. Acid. Interesting. How do I make a potion with multiple effects, though? What if I do one of this? Ah, interesting. So now it's a potion, so now it's a healing potion, but... Please tell me there's something funny down here, like an explosion. It heals you, but then you die immediately afterward. There we go. A potion of slowness and healing. That's funny. I'll keep that. Okay, that's really neat. So I can combine multiple of these. So that means that if I wanted a fast-acting poison, I would do a poison and then combine it with swiftness. That's why this is here. Okay, but then do I have... Okay, now I'm curious. The guild is most certainly going to get on my ass about this, but whatever. No. No, it's not worth it. Okay. 1 of poison. Then we go immediately north. Then how do we go right here? Put this in. Come on. Come on. Potion of swiftness and of poisoning. There we go. Easy. I assume the potion of explosion would be all the way over here then. Interesting. A little morbid, maybe, but still funny, and that's the important thing. Wandering merchant, I was passing by your shop and decided to stop in. I think you might like some of my goods. Alright, what do you got? Thunder Thistle. Ooh, actually. Mushroom. These are really expensive. Word Trim, Dryad. Good berry. Good berries. Life Leaf, Mushroom, Ice Fruit, Fireball, Matchroom, Witch Mushroom, which would get me closest to fire or explosion? A Matchroom. Take 2 of those. Because what else do I want? I want a few Tinkleweeds. Because where am I trying to explore? Because I've already explored. I want to go further, like, southwest and northeast. Oh, wait, these are cardinals. These aren't just specific elements. These point me in directions of where these things would be. So north is air. Northeast is magic. Right is water. East is water. Southeast is earth and life. South is earth. Southwest is death. Due west is fire. Northwest is explosion. Okay, so where I want to look would be up in this direction for a potion of explosion. Okay, that took me a sec to figure out. That's really intuitive. There's a landslide in the mountains and a tunnel leading to my village. Yeah, no, it's really handy. I didn't expect that. Like, I thought, oh, I guess this is just where the elements are. But then, like, oh no, this is actually just where the directions lead. And the tunnel leading to my village is blocked. How do I get home now? Dude, I don't know. I don't have a map for you. Wait. The tunnel leading to my village is blocked. That sounds like you need a bomb, my good sir. Lucky for you, I'm in the midst of learning how to make those. There we go. Strong potion of explosion. And damn, is there anything cooler that I could put? There it is. That's chapter 2. Oh, and now it's gonna ask me to repair the alchemy machine. No problem, my good buddy. Need a potion that can break the thick shell of a monster. So another Anarchy's Mistress. I do not have more of those things. Okay, we're gonna figure out a different way to get there then. This is a very roundabout way of getting there, but I think this could work. And then this goes north. Do I need to make sure that this immediately goes left? That was really bad, really quickly. Head north. Did a witch mushroom. Whoops. Good enough. Not gonna get a lot out of this, but I still want more money than they were initially offering. What do you have that I want? Because I need a potion that would have 3 different effects. I already have 8 of these. I want more of these. 1, 2. I'll take 2 of these and 2 of these. 3. I'll take 2. I will haggle you down though. I'll be damned if I'm paying full price. I could use one of your potions. What kind of potion do you need? There's a place I used to gather ingredients, but almost nothing grows there anymore. The plants are growing back also slowly. I was wondering if you could potion that could make them grow faster. It sounds like you need one of wild growth. Ingredients used. I'll brew 2 of these. Block my front door is stuck. How do I get in my house now? Do you have a solution? I don't know, man. Blow down your door? I know I had one that was of strength, but I completely forgot how I got there. Because that's strength, isn't it? Yeah. Like, I'm an alchemist, I'm not a locksmith. Why are you coming to me? Whoops, I messed up. Here, go bust down your door. What do you mean? You really want just... whatever, I guess. You know, I don't care. I'm not a locksmith. Get out of my house. Do you have anything I can pour into the wine glass of a person who's a real pain in the neck so I never have to see them again? Lady, do I have something for you? Do you have a potion that will help me in battle against an ice dragon? I don't know if that's... Alright. I didn't know if that was going to be like fire resistant or dealt fire damage. Didn't expect you. Are you the new resident or something? I was just waiting to see what they do with this derelict place. Well, I see you've sorted things out here. Well done. If you need any help building with building or any work on the land, ask for me. Ask me. I can also sell you furniture. Sure. Ooh. Ooh. Damn. These are so expensive though. A wooden chair for those who love to sit. I do love to sit. I'm doing that right now. I'll take that. I'm not paying full price. That might be everybody here for today. Wait, where do I put my... Give me my chair. Yes. Now I can sit. Alright. Ugh. And so a new day begins. I'll actually save this then. There we go. And saved. No, that's really cute. That'd be really... I'll try playing that more for, like, cooldown games. Or like stuff to do to at least relax with. Because no, that was really fun. That's really... You would think that I would probably play a lot more games that were focused around alchemy. But I guess that gives me a chance to do so now. Absolutely. It's always fun. As long... What matters most to me is that people at least have a good time, just like, no, being able to relax. It is a very lovely violin. Let me... Ooh. Let me find... Let me find somebody to raid into. Because I have been... Because I kind of feel bad for cutting stream so short, but like I really could use like a little bit of rest. No, but like no, the intent of this was to be like a very short kind of thing. But you know what? Because oh, they've been up for a little while. Because like I really do need rest. That stream really wipes me out. Perfect. Fair actually just went live, so I'll raid. Thank you for spending time. Oh, that's also one thing why I got really kind of upset last night, because like, no, that was a really large... That was probably the most viewers I had on my channel, but I couldn't do my normal outro because my mic messed up. But yeah, no. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. Unfortunately, the atelier is closing. You do not need to go home, but you can't stay here. But I can leave you at least in very, I guess, squishy hands this time. But yeah, no, this was nice to relax with. I am probably gonna go and like actually get like additional sleep. And yeah, no, finally getting closer to like the last four days of the streamathon. That's honestly going to be really fun because I've been planning it out. I've been planning this one out a little bit, so I know what I'm going to end up streaming. So yeah, thank you for everybody stopping by. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your morning, noon, or night, no matter when you're watching this. And yeah, I'm going to go and rest. So yeah. Take care, Johnny. Wait, I was thinking I was gonna say something else, but oh well. Oh well.